Hey guys, Coach Jason, I hope you're doing well. So I want to talk about a couple things to really emphasize or consider incorporating into your marathon training to help maximize your marathon performance, and some things to really consider avoiding, okay, particularly the week of a marathon itself. So I think it's important to share this info with you, and if it's something that you haven't considered, I hope that you will consider afterwards. So, and I'm speaking from 2 decades plus experience as a former competitive runner and a coach that's worked with a lot of marathoners. So, and I continue to do so. So I want to help you as much insight as I possibly can. I hope you find it valuable. If you did, hit the thumbs up and please support the channel by subscribing. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers if I can in a short period of time, so, or as soon as possible, and your help is greatly appreciated. So with that, a couple things to consider incorporating into the long run. Number one is a progression long run. Okay, let's just say your marathon goal pace is 8 minutes for 3:30. Starting at about 90 seconds slower, and let's just say you're running 18 miles for the day. Starting at about 9:30, start about 90 seconds faster. It's 90 seconds slower per mile than marathon pace, and goal marathon pace, and then progressing towards marathon pace. And you can even break them up into pieces. So every 3 miles, you drop 20, 30 seconds, or whatever it might be. So it becomes a progression type run. It gets you used to running a little bit more intense, a little bit more intense, a little bit more intense. Helps your ability to handle harder work over time, and that's a great way of increasing your fitness. So progression long run. Now, with that said, too, on the same note, two different types here. Simulation long runs. Now, take the same progression in nature, or you can do it evenly paced or whatnot, but if the race you're running is flat, then a lot of your long runs should be on the flats to get you. It's much easier to lock into the goal pace that you're training for on the flats. If it's rolling, okay, factoring in that pace fluctuation is important too. So the majority of your long runs and workouts should be longer workouts, should be on the rolling to get you familiar with the type of terrain, the type of environment you're going to be racing in. Very important. The more prepared you are for this stuff, the better off you're going to be. And again, soft surfaces, hard surfaces, a healthy balance of the two of them would be a wise idea to incorporate if you have them both available to you. Softer surfaces will help you recover a little bit better. It might even handle your ability to handle a little bit more work. For certain folks, some folks are going to benefit more on higher volume. Some folks are going to benefit more on lower volume. So individualization is obviously key. But those three components there, okay? Progression long run, simulation long run, and surfaces of the long run. All work together. They're all intertwined together. Something to consider incorporating in the long run. Secondly, I'm just going to say it's 1A, 1B, 1C. Secondly, a speed fartlek, okay? Whether it's 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy times 20 or 24, whatever it might be. I have these in my marathon training program, so we'll take a look at them. I have fully detailed programs on this channel. A lot of them, from 4 hours all the way down to 2:30. Speed fartleks are important too. Helps you become more efficient. Helps you with a better stride pattern, okay? And the more efficient you are, the better off you're going to be in a marathon, okay? Hitting the training precisely is important in a marathon because you get one opportunity, whether it's you're training for 12 weeks, 16, 20. Again, it's not like a 5K. You have a bad day, you shake it off, come back the next week. Marathon's different. So nailing it right is very important, okay? So speed fartlek is another one. 3, I should say, is breaking it up into cycles, 3 to 4 week blocks. Doing it that way, make sure that you're not only staying within the right training pace ranges, but you're giving yourself a time or a period of time to adapt so that you're running your best race when it counts the most and not 4 to 6 weeks early because you did too much of something too soon, right? So timing of the training is important too, breaking it down, working backwards from the goal race, okay, and setting things up. Key. Absolutely critical. So these are things I highly encourage you. And obviously, if you have your staple workouts, whatever the mile repeats, 2 mile repeats, 3K, from whatever they might be, your staple workouts are your staple workouts. And again, how you lay them out is important to you too. If you want to see more, go take a look. I've got marathon training videos, training programs, everything you could possibly think of is on this channel. So, and the way you'll get a little bit more insight, a little bit more information and stuff like that. But these are things I would definitely emphasize considering into your training if you haven't done so yet. And now on the flip side, things to avoid. I would encourage you to avoid taking the day off before the marathon, okay? Or taking the day off before a hard workout. And I always encourage my folks to run the day before and the day after a race or a hard workout, okay, to keep you in rhythm for the race or the workout itself, and then help you recover efficiently on the back end, to help minimize DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness, just to help adjudicate the recovery process a little bit more effectively, okay? And one of the things you could do with that is an effective stretch routine, okay? One of the things I would avoid as well, number two, is, and I'm not sure how many folks do this, but this is a common practice where some folks will warm up for a mile and then stop and do a static stretch and then go into running. That can be completely counterproductive to what you're trying to do. So take a look at the stretch routines that I've got on my channel. I'm also a Wharton trained and certified musculoskeletal flexibility therapist. And one of the best things that I ever picked up in my 20 plus years of running is an active isolated stretch routine. I have Jim and Phil Wharton and Tom Nohilly to thank for that. And for being the pioneers of it, and guys have taught me and kind of developed me and groomed me too. So, and I've been certified for almost 25 years now. Since 1998 I got certified. And I've never dropped it. As a former competitive runner and a longtime martial artist, this is gospel for me. Gospel for me. So it's definitely something that can boost your running. So I would encourage you to incorporate that and avoid the other routine. Okay? I would also avoid experimenting with new shoes the day of a race. And I'm sure that most of you people don't do that anyway, but if you have a new pair of shoes, if you want to break them in, I would give it at least a month. Walk in them a little bit, then run in them, and then work out in them until you're at the point where you feel good enough to actually race in them, particularly with a marathon. Okay, you want to make sure you have the right shoes, and you want to make sure the right shoes are broken in the right way. So that's one thing I would avoid too, is experimenting the day of a marathon. So those are really the three things that I would watch out for. The other things I would encourage you to incorporate. Let me know if you already do. Give me some feedback in the comments. I like more feedback and information from you folks. And I learn from you folks as much as you learn from me. If there's something I haven't put out yet, let me know. And I'd be happy to put it out. But I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. It's helpful to the channel. And please share this with other runners and coaches that you might know, that you think might benefit from this information. So, but with that, train hard, train smart, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.